We've all heard it, how 80% of the ocean remains unexplored, that we know more about the surface of Mars than we do about our own seafloor. But here's a question no one really asks. Do we even understand what's on land with us? Because scattered across this planet are things that shouldn't exist, artifacts that predate recorded history, structures modern machines couldn't build, tools made without metal, by people who didn't even write, objects that exist physically, undeniably. Yet their purpose, their creators, and even their existence make no sense to modern science. These are 7 real discoveries that science still can't explain. And no, this isn't fiction. Everything you're about to hear is real. In a quiet library at Yale University, locked behind glass, is a book that has driven some of the world's smartest people to madness, the Voynich Manuscript. Discovered in the early 1900s, it contains hundreds of pages of illustrations, plants that don't exist anywhere on Earth, symbols no one has ever decoded, and flowing script written in a language that has never been spoken. Codebreakers from the US military, cryptographers, AI models, historians, no one has cracked it. Some say it's the work of a forgotten civilization. Others believe it's an ancient prank. But whoever wrote it knew exactly what they were doing. The letters repeat in ways that mimic real languages. The structure makes sense. It's not gibberish, it's just untranslatable. In 1901, a team of sponge divers was searching the turquoise waters off the coast of Greece when one of them made an unexpected discovery: the sunken wreck of an ancient Roman ship. Among the broken amphoras and rusted coins, they pulled up a strange chunk of bronze fused with wood and coral. It looked like nothing more than sea junk. But when archaeologists began to clean it, something shocking emerged. Inside the corroded lump were gears, real gears, intricate, interlocking, and precisely cut. This wasn't art, it was a machine. What they uncovered would come to be known as the Antikythera Mechanism, a 2,000-year-old device built to track the movements of the stars and planets, predict eclipses, and even map the cycles of the moon. In simple terms, it's a computer, not from the 1800s, not from the Renaissance, but from ancient Greece, centuries before anyone thought this kind of technology was even possible. Nothing even close to this would appear again for another 1,000 years. It's like finding a smart watch buried inside a Bronze Age village. So who built it? Where did the knowledge come from? And if they were capable of creating something this advanced, what else did they build? That's been lost to time. In 2011, a Swedish diving crew was scanning the bottom of the Baltic Sea when they picked up something strange on sonar. A massive circular object about 60 meters wide, perfectly round, with sharp angles and what looked like steps carved into its side. At first, they thought it might be a shipwreck, but ships don't have perfect symmetry or geometric corners, and this looked more like a UFO. When divers went down to investigate, things got even stranger. Their lights flickered, radios cut out, compasses spun wildly. One diver passed out. Others said the silence underwater felt unnatural, as if the ocean itself had stopped breathing. Experts tried to explain it away as a natural rock formation, but no known rock interferes with electronics like that, and no natural structure looks this precise. To this day, it's still there, at the bottom of the Baltic Sea, unexplained, untouched, and watching. High in the Andes Mountains of Peru, just outside the ancient city of Cusco, stands a wall unlike anything on Earth. Not tall, not decorated, but built with such perfection that it shouldn't exist. Enormous stones, some as big as cars, others weighing more than private jets, fitted together so tightly not even a razor blade can slide between them. No mortar, no cement, just solid rock, locked together like a three-dimensional jigsaw puzzle. The Inca built this, a civilization with no iron tools, no wheels, and no written language. They were supposed to be a Stone Age culture, yet this wall behaves like something out of the future. It has survived centuries of brutal earthquakes, the kind that reduced nearby cities to rubble. But this wall didn't even crack. When modern engineers try to recreate this precision, they need cranes, lasers, and computer models. The Incas did it by hand. No one knows how. No one knows why. Some believe this was more than engineering, that it was knowledge passed down from someone or something far more advanced. Deep in the remote forests of eastern Siberia, there's a hill no animal will go near. Locals call it the Fire Eagle's Nest, a massive cone-shaped mound, 130 feet tall, made entirely of stone. At the top sits a smooth dome, almost artificial. The ground around it is scorched and scattered with limestone, as if something had detonated there. But there are no volcanoes in the region, no asteroid impacts, no reason it should exist at all. Compasses spin, GPS signals vanish, trees grow twisted, birds avoid the air above it. Some believe it's cursed, others think it's artificial, something buried deep beneath, perhaps still alive. In the deserts of western China, near the edge of a dried-up lake, there's a strange mountain that leaves scientists speechless. Metal pipes emerge from the rock, not scattered debris, but actual pipes embedded deep inside the stone. Some go straight down, others curve and connect, as if part of a network hidden underground. When they were tested, the results were staggering. They were over 150,000 years old. That's before cities, before tools, before written history. Yet these pipes are engineered, perfectly shaped, welded, and arranged. The official explanation? Fossilized tree roots. But roots don't form perfect cylinders. They don't connect with T-shaped joints, and they certainly don't weld together with heat. So who built them, and what were they for? If the dates are right, someone or something had technology tens of thousands of years before humanity even began. And that leads to the final question. Maybe the mystery isn't that these things exist. Maybe the real mystery is that we've forgotten who we once were. Because every buried machine, every impossible wall, every unexplainable artifact might not be proof of aliens or magic, but proof of memory, of knowledge that the earth itself once held and chose to hide.